Welcome aboard, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with another live show. Today is the 9th day of July, 2013. Welcome aboard. The number to call in here, 866-582-9933. We have a special guest with us here for the first half hour. If you're listening to the podcast and would like information, that number, 855-347-3696, 855-347-3696. Before I bring the guest up, some breaking news here that you need to know about. The Supreme Court rules that drug companies are exempt from lawsuits when it comes to the manufacture of vaccines. This was published, pushed through by Senator Fritz at the 11th hour. This bill, which was just ruled on a couple days ago, gives drug companies who make vaccines a pass if the vaccinations hurt anybody. Isn't that great? Wouldn't you love to have that job? For whom does the bell toll, ladies and gentlemen? It tolls for you and your kids and your wife and your husband and your children and your parents and your grandparents and everybody else in your life who suffers the net negative side effects of vaccinations, a Machiavellian for-profit monopolistic program that is out of control. By the way, Jonathan Emord reminded us that the members of the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, are appointed. They are not elected, and they hold sway over the laws of the land. They're pushing us into a corner, a big corner, and you know what else is in that corner? A hole, and you know what's at the bottom of that hole? Death. But before you get to the death part of the hole, after you fall through the hole, you go through a tunnel maze of suffering. So you get cornered into a corner, and then you fall through a hole, you go through lots of suffering, and then you die. And then the companies that caused your death and destruction get a pass. There's no recourse for your loved ones to sue them. This is an out-of-control Machiavellian nightmare brought to you by the pharmaceutical industry the same way that they brought you a reduced life expectancy. The United States, according to the Central Intelligence Agency, 33rd in the world in life expectancy. This is the same organization that's the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States and the leading cause of death in the United States, and now they just cajoled and manipulated legislators, the Supreme Court of all things, into giving them exemption from harming you when they manufacture a vaccine. Enough is enough, ladies and gentlemen. Really, I mean, it's time to draw the line, don't you think? Isn't this just crazy? Isn't this just nonsense? It is nonsense, and there is a way out. That way out is longevity. I talked about it yesterday on the show. Longevity, a 100% full-blown red, white, and blue company, American company through and through. The stuff that we get from the United States, that's manufactured in the United States, it's distributed in the United States. It's a true blue American company, completely employs United States citizens, no outsourcing here. So if you're of the patriotic bent, if you're of the patriotic sort, then support longevity. Because you support longevity, you're supporting an American company. And, you know, furthermore, why does longevity exist? Longevity exists to help you recover your health by delivering to you boilerplate, science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition programs, the intention of which are to support and promote the ability of your body to fix itself, way better than anything you can get from an MD. That's right. Healing is easy. It's not complicated. Surgery is complicated. Healing is easy. We have therapeutics here designed and proven to be able to support and promote your body's ability to have healthy lungs, to have a healthy heart, to have healthy kidneys, to have healthy skin, to have a healthy brain, to have healthy blood vessels, etc., etc., etc. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke, you've come to exactly the right place, because the longevity not only brings to the table health benefits, health recovery programs, but they also bring wealth recovery programs. And that's what we're going to talk about right now with our very special guest, Mr. Mike Randolph, the Vice President of Relations at the Longevity Company. Mike Randolph, must be Tuesday because you're back, brother. Thanks so much for being here with us. How are you doing today?
Unbelievable. Thanks for having me, Doc.
So what's the latest in longevity? Give me some good news. I've been out of town for a while, and I'm hungry for good
well,
news.
You know, the good news is every single day product leaves the longevity warehouse there in Chula Vista, California. Every single day our representatives introduce a healthier, wealthier lifestyle to people. And every single day, because of your efforts, because of the efforts of Dr. Wallach, and because of the efforts of every longevity distributor, not just across this country, but around the world, because of that, every day the world is becoming a little bit healthier. And I love that.
Well, it's a good thing, right? I mean, it's a really good thing to be aligned with a company that has a moral backbone and that has a mission. You know, most companies don't. I mean, for goodness sake, most companies, when push comes to shove, they're going to outsource stuff. Over 53% of our manufacturing jobs are outsourced. It's crazy what companies do. They don't care about anything. They don't care. The only thing they care about is the bottom line, right? That's their whole thing. Got to make money, got to make money, got to make money. And, you know, you got to make money. And not everybody has the wisdom or the intuition or the understanding to apply themselves to a network marketing company the likes of longevity. Most people don't even know what network marketing is, and they've been told by corporate America that network marketing is a pyramid scheme and don't go there, right? So not everybody has the wisdom and the foresight to align themselves with a company like longevity, and so people suffer needlessly on the economic front because they're going to work at their JOBs for companies that don't really have any moral backbone. They're just rolling out stuff, and the company doesn't really give a crap about eliminating or rating their pension fund 10 or 15 or 20 years down the road, or descaling their payment hikes, right? Oh, we can't do any bonuses this year. Oh, sorry, we can't do any bonuses next year either. And oh, by the way, the bonuses that we gave you last year were taken back. Companies get away with murder. They get away with anything they want to. And what's the employee going to do? Quit and look for another job? I don't think so. And this is one of the things about longevity that I like so much, because it really is a company with a good moral backbone. The company exists in order to change the way that medicine is practiced in the United States, to change the way that wealth is distributed across the world, and it's really a joy to hang out with a company like that. And you know, a company like this attracts a certain segment of the population that's also a whole lot of fun to hang out with. And I don't think we talk about that enough, but the longevity distributorship, the people all around the world who are wise enough to have hitched their wagon to this star, they're really great people, such a good group of people to hang out with and spend your time with. And hey man, that's a good job to have. What do you think?
It's an excellent position to be in. And you know what, Doc? What kills me, you were talking about the moral compass, the moral backbone of longevity, and we hear this every single day. The products are too good. The compensation is too big, and Dr. Wallach's philosophy, Steve Wallach's philosophy, Bill Andreoli's philosophy, your philosophy, my philosophy is, look, if we do too good a job for everybody, we'll probably lose money, but we're going to make up for it in volume, and that is the American way. And by the way, we're not losing any money. Our representatives aren't losing any money, and the folks in the field, where the rubber meets the road, the customers, the people who are investing their hard-earned money in themselves, keep coming back month after month after month after month, because, as you know, the proof's in the pudding. Results speak louder than any advertising on TV. Results speak louder than any of the stuff that's going on right now. You talk all the time about this grassroots coalition of the soon-to-be very informed, and the revolution is upon us. And I don't mean to sound like there's a big conspiracy or anything, but you know what? People are sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke. They're sick and tired of being lied to by corporate America, who says, no, trade your time for money. That is the way to pay your bills. You know, you become indentured servants to our creditors. We become indentured servants to the system that was never designed to empower us. It was designed to just put us in line and get us functioning while the haves keep having and the have-nots keep having not, and it's time to change that. There's always going to be an 80-20 rule where 80% of the productivity is done by 20% of the people. But we're finding, Doc, that there's a lot of really good people that want to move from one group to the other. They're sick and tired of busting it and not having anything to show for it at the end of the month, not having anything to show for it at the end of their work career. You know, the days of the company pension, the days of social insecurity, the days of the health plan that's going to take care of you, we all know those days are behind us. They're not in front of us. It's time for us to take control. It's time for us to do for ourselves, all while doing for a much greater good in a company like Youngevity.
And what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen, really, you know, people think, oh, I can't possibly do that. I can't go back to medical school. I can't, I don't know how to do this. Look, you don't even have to know how to spell vitamin to have a successful Youngevity business. All you need to do is be coachable and learn. I mean, for goodness sake, if you're smart enough to pass the driver's test, the driver's license test, they have the Department of Motor Vehicles, if you're smart enough to pass that test, you're smart enough to be a multi-million-dollar earner with Youngevity, because the secret to Youngevity's success is the delivery of a simple enrollment system. It's so simple, the 7-year-old can do it. You heard the 7-year-old on this radio show a couple of months ago. She's 7 years old. She's Seattle. She's making hundreds of dollars a month. If a 7-year-old can do it, you think you can do it? The answer unequivocally yes. We're talking to Mike Randolph here. When we come back after this break, we're going to talk about one of the secret ingredients of the Youngevity business plan, one of the secret ingredients of the Youngevity business plan that is the secret to our success. Stay tuned. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with you on Tuesday, the 9th day of July, 2013, talking to Mike Randolph about Youngevity. And Youngevity is true blue, full-blown, homegrown American company, never been late with a check in 17 years, have the highest credit rating of any business for their size. They've got like AAA, quadruple credit. It's just a great company, and they grow and they grow and they grow and they grow. There's two reasons why they grow and they grow. Number one, because their products work. I've been a licensed naturopathic physician for over 20 years now. I used to work for Vitamin Company. I've seen the inside and the outside of the vitamin industry for the last 2 decades. I know of which I speak. And the Youngevity products, developed by Dr. Wallach, delivered through Youngevity, eclipse in effectiveness anything else I've ever used clinically. And I am not parsing words. Dr. Wallach's nutritional supplement formulations delivered by Youngevity produce more consistent, better results than any other nutritional supplements I have ever seen. And I've seen a lot. And this is a big statement. This is why Youngevity grows, because it works. And you know how good their stuff is? Well, here's the secret to Youngevity's success. One of their secrets, they have a built-in 30-day money-back guarantee. So you're a brand new person. Someone tells you that they know a doctor who can help you with your health issue with medical nutrition, and you think you're a little skeptical, but you figure you'll go all in. All right, I'm going to try the supplements. Well, guess what? You shell out $50, you shell out $100, you shell out $150, $200, whatever it is you shell out. If you don't like anything about the product in the first 30 days, you send it back and you get a 100% refund. And that, my friends, is a testimony to the effectiveness of the Youngevity products. And I can't, I've never crunched these numbers with Youngevity. Maybe Mike Randolph has, but I can't imagine there's even a 1% return rate in the company. And this is one of the secrets to the business success, because you can try the stuff for 30 days, and if you don't like it, send it back for a full money-back guarantee. And that speaks to me of a company that has integrity. And that, Mike Randolph, is why I love Youngevity so very much.
You know what, Doc? We do keep track of those things. Our return rates are very, 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 very low. And, in fact, the number one reason stuff gets returned is because it gets mishandled occasionally by the folks between where we drop it off and where they drop it off. I'm not going to throw any sticks or stones at the post office or at UPS or at anybody else. But occasionally, sometimes stuff shows up, looks like it's been run over by a truck. You know what? Even when it's clearly not an issue with Youngevity, even if the customer screws up, we still take care of business. And still, our rates of return are very, very low. And that just tells me that, A, we've got a great product, B, we've got great distributors all across the country and around the world, and C, people not only do they take the products that they initially order, but they keep ordering them again and again and again. Our persistency of customer retention is off the charts. If you look at why Youngevity continues to grow, it's because when we gain new customers, we don't lose any customers. You know, in the retail business, there's very little loyalty. You know, the difference between one set of shoes and another set of shoes, or, you know, one car and another car, they're not that big. But when it comes to your health, and we have testimonies from all around the world of people that have taken other nutritional supplements with the same specs, if you will, with the same numbers on the bottle, and they may be skeptical. I know that you talk to people every day. Oh, you know, I take a calcium supplement. Yeah, well, they're swallowing rocks that that won't that can't be absorbed or can't be digested, and they've moved to a product that not only has the numbers behind it and the science behind it, but that your body can actually utilize. That's where differences start to appear. I know myself, I've taken supplements nearly my entire life, but never have I taken supplements that actually made it from the bottle into my bones, or the bottle and into my body so immediately, and it's such that you can notice a difference, not within 90 days, not within 60 days, sometimes within 60 minutes. Your body is going, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been looking for this for a long time.
Well, the pun's intended here, ladies and gentlemen. The proof of the pudding, in fact, is in the eating. The proof of the effectiveness of the nutritional supplement is in the taking. Give it a try. What have you got to lose? Zero. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Check it out. FireYourMDNow.com. Click on the Youngevity button and point your mouse all the way to the wonderful world of health. We're back after these messages. The average American household has over $12,000 of credit card debt. That's not to mention school loan debt, and that's not to mention automobile loan debt. How about you? How's your credit rating these days, ladies and gentlemen? How much is left on your credit cards, and what kind of exorbitant rate are they charging you? 18%? Did I hear the word usury somewhere? Did I hear the word Shylock somewhere? Well, I think I did, but it's a rampant thing now. I mean, for goodness sake, in the 80s and the 90s, we were using our houses as ATM machines. Now it's all credit card stuff because the economy's in the crapper. We're going to hell in a handbasket. It ain't getting any better. It's getting worse, and what are you going to do? Well, I've got a solution. We have a solution. It's called Youngevity. You can join Youngevity. You know, there are two ways to become a member of Youngevity, to become a business builder with Youngevity, and to be eligible to be paid a check by Youngevity. You can come in and get your feet wet for $10. There's a $10 membership fee, one time. That's not $10 a minute, not $10 an hour, a day, a week, a year, a month. It's $10, period. One time. Now, the company has 6 ways that they'll pay you, 6 different ways that they'll pay you. When you come in at the $10 level, you're eligible to be paid for 2 of those 6 ways. So you come in and get your feet wet for $10, see if you like it. You know you're going to like it, and so you like it, and things are good. And then you can upgrade to the $500 membership. And the $500 membership, you get $500 worth of product, more or less, that you can use to sample to help you build your business. And when you come in at the $500 level, we call that the CEO Mega Pack level, you are eligible to be paid all 6 ways. Now, I want somebody, please, somewhere in this great country of ours, this great world of ours, to show me any other company where for a $10 membership fee, you can parlay that into a multi-million-dollar business with residual income. Just like the Beatles, just like J.K. Rowling. She only wrote the Harry Potter books once. Every time somebody buys one, she gets paid. I'll never forget I was talking to my first, I'm a newcomer to, well, not anymore, but 4 years ago when I became a Longevity member, I was a newcomer to network marketing. And I'm driving around the country with a couple of the boys from Salt Lake City, Utah, Blake Graham and Todd Smith. They're really great guys. And I asked Blake Graham, who's been with Longevity since day one virtually, I said, hey, Blake, how much money did you make in your first year with Longevity? And Blake thought long and hard, and I could see his brow start to furrow. And he was really, thinking about it. And I thought he was going to give me a number like, $672.23. And he turned around and looked at me and he said, Dr. G, he said, I have no idea because I'm still getting paid on the stuff that I did in my first year of the business. And when he told me that, my head exploded. And that's when I understood the magic of network marketing.
Not only the magic of network marketing, but the magic of not trading time for money. Doc, the difference between the way the haves and the have-nots look at time and money is remarkable. And I shouldn't even say have or have-nots. I should say the unenlightened and the enlightened. When it comes to building wealth, we're taught from the time we leave the cradle, from the time even before we leave the womb, we're listening to what's going on in the world. And we're taught that money is a limited resource and that time is an unlimited resource. I mean, why else would we just willy-nilly trade our time for money? Well, I respectfully submit the wealthy, not only in this country but around the world, they understand that money is an unlimited resource and time is a limited resource. We can prove that every single day. There's more money in the world today than there ever has been. We just kind of create it. We print it as we need. One of those big lies, money doesn't grow on trees. It actually doesn't grow on trees. It grows in the trees because it takes the wood to make the pulp, to make the paper, to make the money. But money is just an idea. It's just a measurement system. Thinking that there's a limited amount of money is kind of like saying, well, how many miles are there in the world? What do you mean, how many miles? Well, there's an unlimited number of miles in the world. It depends on which direction you're measuring and how you go about it. Money's the same thing. People run out of money every single day, and they go out and get more. But I don't know anybody, Doc, who's ever run out of time and been able to get more. Because once your time is gone, it's gone. And the wealthy, we'll pick on Oprah for a little while. I mean, everybody knows who Oprah is. She pays people hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of dollars to keep people from wasting her time. That's why even if I have her number on my cell phone, I'm not going to reach her. I'm going to run into screener after screener after screener. In fact, Oprah knows it's better to waste money than it is ever to waste time. And we're going to show people here at Longevity how to leverage other people's efforts, how to leverage your efforts, Doc, and how to leverage the efforts of Dr. Wallach in this incredible 90 for Life story, and how to build a business that you can become a part of that is not all about you. The reason Blake gave you that answer, I'm still making money for the business I generated, in my first year, that is such a mind-blowing concept to people. They don't understand it, but that's what the wealthy understand, is how to leverage that. He's leveraging efforts that he expended, decades ago, and the rest of us, we're out there. The only efforts we leverage are our own, and it's immediate, and, when we punch the clock on Friday, we're going to get all we're going to get for that time that we expended that week. Here at Longevity, if you follow our system, you're going to get paid over and over and over and over and over and over and over for that thing that you do just one time. That's part of the secret.
Well, yeah, it's an amazing thing. I mean, honestly, if they taught this, and I don't know why they don't, I mean, maybe the educational system, I've never really looked into this, but maybe the educational system is corrupted and it's set up to keep people poor. It's entirely possible. But you would think a simple economic strategy like this would be taught in business school, and for goodness sake, not even business school, just in college or in high school, for goodness sake, because these are simple and effective and trackable, measurable principles, and we're just completely blind to the wonder and the wisdom and the wherewithal that can be generated through this type of a business venture. You know, I think it should be mainstream education.
Oh, it absolutely should be, and there are college courses on network marketing, but it's so shunned by the rest of the business world that you know, people don't often take it seriously. They don't pay attention. And you know, there's that old saying, Doc, the B students go to work for the C students, and the A students teach.
Yeah, it's true, right? And that's how the system is set up. I was speaking to somebody. I was traveling through New England a couple of years ago for longevity, and there was a guy from Harvard University at one of the lectures. And we were breaking down after the lecture, and I was getting ready to go up to the room, and he was hanging around because he was intrigued. And we had this long conversation about the educational system that's set up in the world. And what he told me is that the PhD programs and doctoral degree granting programs are generated in order to shrink people's minds into thinking in a particular methodology inside of a particular structure. They're not set up to grow people's minds, to have people think outside of the box. The education is, in fact, the box, and that the higher up the educational ladder that you go, the more closed-minded you become. And it's not because they're teaching you to become closed-minded, it's because they're teaching you to think inside of the parameters that they have already set up. And when I understood that, I had another aha moment. You know, it seems like every time we turn around here, I mean, with the food that we've been told is good for us, it's not really good for us. With the medicines that we've been told are good for us, they're not really good for us. With the educational system that we're kind of just shunted into, oh, everybody needs to go to college, everybody needs to get a college education. Yeah, well, thank you very much. What did that $80,000 I just spent on my kid, what did that give me? Well, I know what it gave the kid. I mean, it gave the kid 4 years of a partying lifestyle, you know, in the educational spa. But really, what benefits is it going to give him? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. You know, or the rare person will glean something from the educational system, but most people don't. It's really just a debt hole that most of us sink into. And when you look at it like this, it's all seems every single time you turn around, the deck seems to be stacked against us. Every single time you turn around, for goodness sake, I'm starting to think like Alex Jones. I'm starting to think that it's all one big, giant conspiracy designed to keep us sick, to keep us poor, to keep us closed-minded, and to keep us like little rats on a treadmill. And honestly, the best thing that I have ever done in my adult life, well, the second best thing I ever did in my adult life, was to become aligned with longevity, because longevity opens doors of possibility for me, and it's a wonderful place for my brain to reside inside of longevity, because longevity represents possibility, and, you know, the rest of the world just represents negativity.
Well, you know, that's part of the indoctrination process, I guess, Doc. Don't they call that brainwashing or something like that? I think, you know, limiting people's view of the world and getting them to think in a certain way and teaching them a certain way of speaking and a certain way of responding. And I think that what you've just described, there's millions of people that are marching that march. And, you know, just get on any freeway in any major metropolitan city, and you know, people are lined up on the road going to a place they don't want to go. They've got that look on their face like, you know, here I am again, but they don't know anything different. You know, there's a saying here at Longevity, and that is, you know, when our alarm clock goes off, we have a decision to make, and whether that's whether to roll out of bed or just roll over, because we you know, we get up in the morning when we're done sleeping, not when somebody else tells us that we have to get up and we have to march through the traffic, and we have to fight the crowds and go to that little cubicle talking about, thinking inside the box. Although I will tell you, Doc, I'm just going to warn everyone, what we teach does backfire occasionally. I have an 18-year-old son. He's proud of the fact that he's not an A student, and I said, Austin, don't you want better grades? And he goes, I've listened to you my entire life, and I've paid attention. He goes, I know, as I said before, that the B students work for the C students and the A students teach. He goes, I'm darn sure that I'm going to be a C student because I want to get somewhere in life.
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Ladies and gentlemen, possibility is your best friend, and possibility oozes out of the cracks at Youngevity. I encourage you to take the $10 plunge. I mean, $10, for goodness sake, I can find $10 in a week. You can too. Please visit the website, fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the Youngevity button and join up with Team Glidden at the $10 level. We'll hold your hand. We'll teach you the simple system. We'll show you the wonders of a residual income built by helping to relieve human suffering. And if you can come up with a better business strategy than that, I'm all ears. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, coming back with the last 5 minutes of the first hour with Mike Randolph after these messages. Increase your wealth while you're increasing your health and the health of those near and dear to you. That's how we roll. We're really up against it hard here in this country. Leading cause of bankruptcy, MD-directed therapeutics. Leading cause of death, MD-directed therapeutics. Everybody's in credit card debt up to their eyeballs. Nobody has a new car in the garage. Well, a lot of people do have new cars in the garage, but they don't own them. Ford Motor Company owns them. The Ford Leasing Department owns them. Lexus Leasing Department owns them. For goodness sake, ladies and gentlemen, where went the American dream? I don't know. I think it went to Wall Street. I think it was outsourced. I think the American dream now lives in Bangalore. That's what I think. You want to stop this nonsense? You want to take back the night? You want to feel good again physically? You want to feel good again morally? You want to feel good again intellectually? Well, you want to have your mind opened a little bit more and more every day? Then join Youngevity. Because that's what we bring to the table. And you're going to love the people that you're hanging out with. You're just going to love the type of people that gravitate to Youngevity. We're all forward-thinking people who want to help people. We want to help people. So join us. Let us hold your hand. Let us show you the simple system. And we will drag you slowly or rapidly or push you or prod you or just hold your hand, whatever works for you, into the light of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition as developed by Dr. Joel Wallach and as delivered by the Youngevity family of worldwide distributors. Now, that's an interesting thing to talk about, Mike Randolph, worldwide distributors. Do you know, or you probably don't know, and we didn't talk about this before the show, but roughly speaking, how many countries outside of the U.S. does Youngevity ship to?
Oh, gosh, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 65 different countries. There are some parts of the world it's very, very difficult to do business in. There's other parts that are much easier. And all this business kind of happened by accident. I mean, we have a distribution center in Southern California. We have another distribution center in New Zealand. And we have large rep bases in Japan. We have folks in Canada, sprinkled all across Europe. It is the amazing thing to me, Doc, is I thought that the United States were the only country that was all messed up, when it came to our health. I know that there's a lot of third world countries where people live longer. I know there's a lot of countries in Europe where people live longer. But one of the things that we have been so successful at here in the U.S. is infecting the rest of the world with our bad habits. I know that rates of all kinds of bad things are up, even in places that we really don't do much business with, like China. People are discovering new diseases there that they'd never seen in millennia. Our bad habits and our marketing methods and things have spread around the world. And as that happens, so does Youngevity's message, and so does Dr. Wallach's message and your voice. As a matter of fact, I know that this show that we are on today, even though we really think of it as being here in the U.S. market, I get emails and texts and phone calls from people all around the planet that say, hey, I heard you on Dr. Glidden's radio show. Can you tell me more about XYZ? It's an amazing time. Technology is there for us to use, and a lot of people have become slaves to that technology. Well, we're using it to spread the message. We're using it to spread health and wealth, not only here in the U.S., but all around the globe. Don't be surprised if the next vacation you take or next trip anyone takes around the world, don't be surprised if you see somebody dumping some BTT in their water bottle, because when the message is that good, we don't do any advertising. We don't have any efforts going on, really, outside of where our close relationships are, and we get calls from every country practically every day.
We're here to fill a void, ladies and gentlemen, and that's just a natural thing. Create a void, and we will fill it. We're here to fill your health void. We're here to fill your wealth void. It doesn't matter where you live, anywhere on this great blue ball called planet Earth. Youngevity is the solution that you have been waiting for. Give us a call, 855-347-3696. We'll hook you up. Visit the website, fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the Youngevity button. Thanks so much, Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, more coming in the next hour. Stick around.